Got one or two surprises up our sleeves, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on. We'll say goodbye for now.
Are you going to tell me about the tow car?
No.
Oh. Okay. Was that a surprise?
Yes.
Oh. Sorry.
It's that time of year when Bertie Badger has to have his annual service. Now, the thing with motorhomes is there's two aspects to look at this. It's a vehicle, so it's roadworthiness, and the engine needs to be checked over. So that's the first part of the service. Like a car, it's going to go into the garage and the Fiat engineer is going to check over it. The other part of the service is to do with habitation. Now, the habitation part of it, the living area of it, if you like, is just like a caravan. So all about checking for dampness, you know, water ingress, getting in through the box in various nooks and crannies. It's all about checking that the gas, the propane, is all good and there's no leaks and it's all working well. The water system, again, no leaks. Make sure the pump's in good order. The batteries, we have two 100 ampere hour leisure batteries on the van here. They check the health of those. They make sure that all the electrics is good and safe when you plug into hookup, and a whole range of other things to do with habitation. Even the carbon monoxide and the smoke detector gets a once over and a check, and as does the microwave and other appliances, the fridge and so on. But the preparation is, you know, the hard part really. We've got cupboards that are full of all sorts of cups and plates and kettles and all the things that you use while you're camping. So here we are. I've got a few things on the top, on the cooker top there, that I've emptied out of a cupboard. There's a lot more in this one here that I've got to sort out. The main reason for emptying all the cupboards really is to make sure that the engineer can get his damp meter onto the walls inside the cupboard. That's the place where if there is any dampness, it can lurk around inside the cupboards. So I'm going to store everything in the spare room in the house. Best get on. Stop this rambling.
Well, that is about it. I've emptied all of the personal items out of the motorhome. We've got a dining room here which is stuffed full of all sorts of things. I'll spare you of the trouble of looking at all that, and it took me 3 hours. So moving on, tomorrow we're off to Simpsons at Great Yarmouth. We'll be driving up there first thing in the morning at first light in order that we can be there at 8 o'clock. The van is in the workshop all day, and we're having the habitation service, the van service, which is a major service this time, and we're also having a tow bar and electrics kit fitted to the back of the motorhome. Well, I've just spoken to Paul at Simpsons at Great Yarmouth, and he has confirmed that we have a courtesy car booked out for tomorrow. It's a yellow Skoda Citigo, which is the demonstrator, because I'm interested in looking at a little tow car that we can travel around with. It helps us get into all the little nooks and crannies of places that we can't normally get to with a 7.5, nearly 8 metre long motorhome. So we're going to have a little test drive of that, and I'll show you that once we've got the keys and we're out somewhere. Best I sign off. We'll see you in the morning. Well, we've left Simpsons in Yarmouth, and they've given us a little yellow car to road test. It's the Skoda Citigo, and it's a Monte Carlo version, which means it's got 1 or 2 of the little extras that have on spec, and we've got the pleasure of driving it all day. It's right behind me there, you might be able to see it with the boot up. I'm going to show you around it now. It's a little Skoda Citigo. Let's take a look. So whether or not you like the colour, do you like the car? And we're sitting here thinking, cosy, but it has all the little bits and bobs that you need when you're towing behind a motorhome. You need it to be compact, you need it to be economical and light as well, because I'll tell you the weights. I'll put the weights on the screen in the description. This little Skoda Citigo is the same car effectively as the VW Up and the Seat as well. They're all made by the same car manufacturer, and they just have slightly different features on them and different interiors and so on, so colours. But as you can see, it looks fairly standard, fairly straightforward. Nice sunroof above, panoramic sunroof, which you can close off, and the seats themselves are quite nice too, with head restraints, built-in head restraints, and in the back as well. And I've got the boot open at the moment, the hatch, so we'll go and have a little look around the back. And there's the car with the front driver's door open and the hatch open, and I'll open the rear door as well so you can see, this being the 5-door model, you can now see is my man bag on the back seat there. I've just been sitting in the back there and there was no problem at all. I'm about 5'9" and of average build, I suppose. And there's the back. As you can see, there's a nice little well there for putting your shopping in, and underneath the floor there is a spare wheel, so there's a good bit of room in the boot for all that shopping that you do when you're out and about in your motorhome. I'll close the hatch down now. You can see what it's like with the hatch closed, and there we are, clunk. Nice solid clunk as well. I like the build quality of the car. I've noticed that to start off with. And this particular model's got alloy wheels. As I say, it is the demonstrator, so it's got the Skoda livery on the side and on the front, round the front here. You can see quite a nice looking little motor car, and really quite compact. You can see now, I'll shut the driver's door. You can see the profile of the vehicle from the side as well. Looking good. So we bought a little car, and here is Ethel. Ethel. And we called her Ethel for one reason, and I'll let you guess why. And thanks to Paul, who sourced this little car for us, we're going to be moving on to the next step now, which is getting the A-frame sorted out, and we'll be Posh Cat's happy. So now it's a long journey back to Ipswich, and on the back here, as you can see, here's the towing kit.